was reading in Graham's book that as a young lad he received Christ, and he received Christ into his heart, so he made sure his mouth was open. So Christ would come in, and I assume that worked. In the end, love conquers all. The Bible tells us that God is love, and no greater love has anyone seen than someone who lays down their life for another. Love is not cheap. It's not like a one-night fling. Love is committed to the end point where I will say, or you will say, I love you, to death us apart. And this love promise Graham gave, and he had made this to his wife Gwyneth, and we've heard the story of love. Again, pierced through sorrow and pain. It is bright and it cannot be quenched or snuffed out. It endures because love stems within God Himself. C.S. Lewis says this: though our feelings may come and go, God's love for us does not. It stays, it's constant. Hear the love words of Christ Himself: I will never leave you nor forsake you. Love is bound in the covenant of the death and of the resurrection. And the Apostle Paul, he says it so eloquently, and he announces that death has been swallowed up. Death has been swallowed up in victory. Where, O death, is your victory? Where, O death, is your sting? He can actually mock death with this passage, because death has been conquered to us all. But few choose a path that Graham decided, that Graham Field Salisbury took. The trusting love found in Jesus Christ. We will conclude with a fitting hymn. And this hymn invites us to see the connection between heaven and earth. Earth did not go to heaven, but rather heaven came to planet Earth through Jesus Christ. Heaven sent Jesus, not just for our restoration, but also He sent Jesus in order to bring us back home. Graham is now in his true home. Home for us, we think, is earth, but our true home is actually heaven. And Graham will take his place in heaven alongside, as it was stated earlier, amongst the saints. And it's hard for us to think of each other as saints, isn't it? Especially when you look at the person next to you. But saint is not a behaviour thing. Saint is the promise that we have in Christ. Whether we feel like it or not, it is the promise that God gives us of sainthood, and Graham is alongside with those who have received this great love from Jesus Christ.